Young Brits are apparently turning their back on the traditional English fry-up, with 1 in 5 saying they've never even had one. It seems many under 30 see the full English as a heart attack on a plate, preferring instead to tuck into avocado on toast and oatmeal pancakes. The study's been done by a PR firm, Ginger Research, and it highlights a huge shift since the 1950s, when half of all British breakfasters started every day with a full English. Well, I'm joined now by nutritionist and author Rhiannon Lambert, and in San Francisco, Guy Buell, who is chairman of the English Breakfast Society, a volunteer group dedicated to the history and tradition of the famous British dish. Guy, I'll come to you first, if I may, in San Francisco. Why is it youngsters are turning their back on the full English? I mean, you've got loads in there. You've got protein, you've got your sausages, you've got your eggs, you've got your beans, which is one of your 5 a day.
I think the research reflects a trend we've seen, which is a race to the bottom in terms of price and quality over the last decade. You know, you can't blame people for liking fried, processed, imported, cheap sausages and bacon. I can completely understand the research and why it came out the way it did. Obviously, of course, trends change. People want to be healthier, and they look at the fry-up as really unhealthy, which it can be, depending on how you cook it, depending on the ingredients.
Yeah, the fry-up seemed to hit its peak in the 50s and 60s. Where did it come from? Where did this ensemble of different ingredients come from?
So it originated with the British gentry, with the English gentry, who saw themselves as the protectors of Anglo-Saxon cultural traditions, one of which was breakfast, the breakfast foods, traditional Anglo-Saxon breakfast dishes. And they used the breakfast as a way to demonstrate their wealth, the wealth of their estate, the produce that comes from their estate, and of course the skill of their chefs in the kitchen. They would put on these grand spreads. And that tradition was overtaken by upper-class wealthy Victorians who continued to use the English breakfast as a way to demonstrate their good taste.
Yeah, I mean,
all the way through to the Edwardian times in the 50s.
Yeah, I was going to say, times have moved on since then. And Rhiannon, it's interesting. Let's take a nutritionist point of view. There's another survey out today saying that children are listing their top 10 foods, and in amongst it are quinoa and avocado and couscous and things like that. The fry-up is definitely not on there. Is the fry-up really that bad?
I think it depends how a fry-up's been cooked, and now there's so many other options out there. I mean, you've got companies like Deliveroo doing more plant-based options, and other restaurants out there now making fry-ups healthier.
They're also delivering Greggs at the moment, which is what I heard earlier on today. So there are some unhealthy options as well, yeah.
This is just it. It's the oil it's cooked in, it's the salt it's cooked in. And to be honest with you, there are lots of swaps people can now make, and that's what we're seeing a lot of. People are choosing, instead of having the bacon, let's say, on the side of the plate, replacing it with something else like smoked salmon, or having a plant-based alternative, because plant-based eating is also on the rise.
Yeah. So they can have the English fry-up. It might just look a little bit different to what we're used to. Guy Buell, what do they think of the English fry-up out in San Francisco? Can you get one out there? Does it travel?
Do you know, it's funny, most of our website traffic comes from the US, so you can get the ingredients here. And yes, they do really enjoy our cultural traditions, the Americans. It's something that's really popular here.
Yeah. Rhiannon, what do you think breakfast is going to look like in the next generation, in terms of, you know, the next 20, 30 years? What are we going to be having?
Oh, the next generation, definitely. We're not going to see a decline in the plant-based options. I think that's only going to increase. So the avocado is probably not going anywhere just yet. More items, whole grain items of food, more fibre in the diet.
Yeah, the next generation is definitely going to be a lot healthier, which is good news for our impending offspring, Rhiannon. Good luck with your arrival. You're a bit further along than I. And Guy Buell in San Francisco, thank you very much for championing the English breakfast here on Sky News this afternoon.
Thank you so much.